We start this episode with a group of hunters and poachers in the middle of a jungle. They see a defenseless tiger and try to shoot it, before a very futuristic force field springs up all around it. They get confused for a second but still attempt to take the shot, only to be gunned down like animals at the hands of a massive gorilla, wearing clothes and wielding a minigun. Back to the Young Justice Cave. The kids are arguing with the Justice League about wanting to know more answers regarding Red Tornado's betrayal of the group. Superboy uses his super hearing to overhear Aqualad talking with Batman about the mole situation and whether Red Tornado qualifies as such, be it willingly or under malicious programming. Superboy then rushes Aqualad and almost tackles him. He berates him for not informing the team sooner, which resulted in Miss Martian almost losing her life because of it. The rest of the team join in questioning Aqualad's judgment by not keeping them informed about this. Aqualad tries to explain his perspective, but Batman cuts everyone off to declare that Red Tornado is Justice League business. Batman shows them their new temporary supervisor, which happens to be Captain Marvel. He then shows them their next mission investigating the gorilla we saw earlier, but everyone thinks it is a joke and a distraction. They arrive at the jungle location, and we see how divided the team really is right now. Aqualad's action has caused ripple effects that led to his team not trusting him, and Miss Martian being mad at Superman for always talking and fighting on her behalf. Everyone goes on their own way, with Aqualad and Captain Marvel left alone together. Also, they are being watched by the gorilla LOL. Aqualad and Captain Marvel try to investigate, only to be attacked by two elephants and a tiger. As a matter of fact, every member of the team is attacked by a different jungle animal, wearing some kind of collar or device that apparently causes their aggression and coordination. Aqualad notices the collars and manages to remove them and change the animals back. He has a talk with Captain Marvel and gets some advice about being a better leader to the team and gaining back their trust. Captain Marvel then spots a tiger with a collar and goes after it. The tiger leads him to a trap and captures him. Meanwhile, Aqualad tries to talk with the team through Miss Martian's telepathy, but everyone is arguing together. He enforces his authority and shuts them down, at least until the mission is over. Captain Marvel wakes up in a weird lab in the middle of the jungle. He is restrained on a bed as the tiger from earlier watches over him. A voice suddenly breaks the silence and talks with Captain Marvel about conducting experiments on his brain and dissecting it. We then see that the smart gorilla from the beginning of the episode is present. Meanwhile, the Young Justice team finds the lab in the middle of the jungle and begins infiltrating the place. They are attacked by a bunch of collared animals, but they manage to shake them off. The gorilla goes outside to defend the doctor conducting experiments on Captain Marvel inside. The team manages to defeat the gorilla and enter the place to confront the scientist, who happens to be a brain controlling a small machine. Some of the animals lose the control of the collar and appear to aid the Young Justice in their mission against the brain and the gorilla. The brain prepares his biggest weapon, and everyone braces themselves, only for it to be a device to teleport him away to safety. That guy is a massive troll. In the aftermath, the team saves the last of the animals, and one of the wolves even gets attached to Superboy as he decides to keep it with them and give it a name. Robin then confronts Aqualad in front of everyone about the mole information. Aqualad explains his perspective finally, and everyone agrees that he was reasonable enough, if only they listened earlier. The next episode starts off strong with a plant-like monstrosity growing from the ground and attacking in the middle of the city. The plant uses its massive flowers to attack dogs, people, and even cars. It does not discriminate. Then the camera pans out to a mysterious place as the group behind this attack talk about the successful first test and how they should show the world who they are now, the Injustice League. We then see the group, which has members like Poison Ivy, Black Adam, and the Joker. Meanwhile, Batman enters the Young Justice Cave and turns the news on to show the kids how the Justice League are dealing with the plant monstrosity. He then tells them about the traces of cobra venom it had and how it is linked with cobra venom that was used by Sportsmaster and was also used on the smart animals that they fought at the jungle. They all realize that something bigger is at play here and that they are fighting a secret society of sorts. Before they could go any further, the Injustice League hijacks all satellites and projects a message, declaring that they are behind the attacks and it is only just the beginning. Batman tasks the Young Justice team to go and attack the Injustice League's members. Batman takes Captain Marvel and joins the Justice League in fighting the big plant in the middle of Metropolis. But every time the plant is damaged or destroyed, it releases a toxic gas that turns people into a Joker zombie. Meanwhile, the Young Justice tries to infiltrate the villain's base, but they catch on to them quickly and attack them first. The ship's submerged in water as the team makes an escape. They get attacked once again by Black Adam and Count Vertigo. While this is happening, the Justice League is getting worked to hell and back, with the plants attacking all over the place and almost causing a nuclear explosion at one of the power plants. We then see how the Joker, with the help of Poison Ivy, is actually the one in control of all the scattered monster plants, and he is having the time of his life tormenting the heroes. Black Adam and Vertigo, on the other hand, have taken out most of the Young Justice team, except for Miss Martian and Robin, who managed to slink away to go and find the master control facility that the villains are using. They stumble onto the building, but get ambushed by Poison Ivy and the big white gorilla thing. The rest of the villains taunt the captured Young Justice members as they carry them to their control facility trapped in a cage. Robin and Miss Martian notice this, and Miss Martian uses her control over her alien jet to knock over the villains and free the Young Justice team. They all fight, and Robin makes use of the distraction to blow up the original plant. The Injustice team is furious over their plans being foiled, so they go all out on the poor kids. Aqualad then tells Miss Martian that it is time to use Plan B, so she calls on her jet and delivers to him the Helmet of Fate. Kid Flash tries to warn Aqualad, but he uses it anyway to fight the villains on equal grounds. The fight goes on for a while before the Justice League finally arrives and puts a stop to this villain bullshit. The Injustice League gives up, but Joker loses his mind and decides to blow up everything around him, but Dr. Fate saves them at the last second. The true secret society of villains reveal themselves as they watch from the safety of their facility how the Justice League was duped into thinking the Injustice Goons were the real secret society. Things are quickly heating up, and I am here for it all. The Justice League takes a more active role in the second episode, and the stakes are raised so high for the Young Justice team that it is believable and not boring in the usual sense anymore. It was good to also see some classic villains back, and to see the Justice League more in action. Maybe they will have a more active role in the future, as we see them team up with the kids, or perhaps go against them. Only time will tell. This brings us to the end of today's video. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to our channel to get more videos like this one. Your support helps us grow. And tell me, what do you think of these two episodes? If the Justice League and Young Justice ever fight, who do you think is going to win the fight? Let me know in the comments below. I read all of them. And if you're watching till now, thank you. I'll see you in another video soon.